All right, guys. So today is Monday, and we're getting off to start of the week. We're not gonna go out until a little later because I went out of town this weekend, and basically it rained after we left Friday. It rained Saturday, and then it rained again last night. So things are kind of damp, so I got some little business I need to take up this morning. I'm going to do that, and then when I get that done, I'm going to come back and we're going to get started. Kind of let the ground settle, let it absorb some of the moisture, because right now the sun isn't out and it's still basically cloudy. So I'm going to go run up and do this, and then I'll be back and get started. But here it is, and you know I got it. The question for this video: how far do you go with a client? And these are clients that you may have had for a while, but they've become slow in their paying. How far do you go before you say, okay, that's it, I'm going to drop you, you can find somebody else to do your lawn? Because you know, everybody that I do their lawn, they know payment is due when services are rendered. This is a service. Remember that, guys. This is a service business. When you go to Burger King, when you go to McDonald's, that's a service industry. When you don't eat before you pay. You don't get the burger before you pay. You pay, and then you get the burger. The same thing here. We do the lawn, you pay us. You know, now, if we got a monthly agreement, that's a different story. And we're at the beginning of the year, and I've got some, you know, you may have some contract stuff that you just getting started with that. You're doing those lawns, you're not collecting that money, because a lot of times, like I have some, it's on a 45-day turnaround before you get your first check. So, you know, the ones we did for March, you won't see that until the end of this month, April. You will not see that until the end of April. Now, I have one company that their check is already on the way, but I've been doing them longer than I've been doing the other commercial properties. And so I guess I'm in their system. I've been doing long enough. They have all my information. They know everything about me. And, you know, that check is on the way. But the good thing about those kind of properties that you have is that once those checks start coming, they keep coming. The last check I got from some of my contract work was in February for 24. So you get checks right through the winter, because like right now, when you get your first check, they're already in the rears on paying you. So it's gonna roll over until the next year. But leave that in the comments and tell me, how far do you go with a client, especially if you may have been doing that lawn 2 or 3, 4 years before you say, hey, that's it. You know, you don't pay me until a week after next, or I've done your yard twice and you still haven't paid me, or I did your yard Monday and you were the next 2 weeks paying me, or however. Late payment is late payment. You know, when you get done, you know, doing a lawn, you need your money. It's just that simple. You need your money. You cannot do business without money. That's what we are doing this for. We're not doing this for fun. Remember that. We are not doing this for fun. I mean, you can enjoy what you do all day long, but when you do a job, you have to get paid. I mean, you do. You got to get paid. So, and that should be understood. I asked that question last week. What's your agreement with a client when you first talk to them? What do you tell them? What do you tell them you expect? Because they're going to tell you what they expect. So you better have some expectations too. You know, when I do a property, I need to collect my money. When I do a property, I need to collect my money. It's just that simple. And then what you run into with a situation like that, You do somebody's lawn, and when anybody you do a lawn, when they come home, don't go for the okie doke. They know you've done that lawn, but when it's time to pay, and you tell them that they owe for another service before that, they're gonna play. Oh, I didn't know you came. Yes, you did. You knew I came. So that's why I try not to let mine double. At all costs, I'll send a text, and you have to send a text sometime and ask for your money. It's yours. You did the work, you know. And I know what somebody's probably saying, well, you know, get a credit card on file. I said it once, I say it again. Everybody does not want a credit card on file with the lawn company, with the lawn guy. They don't. I've tried it. Here where I am, that is not popular. I don't really care. Just hand me my money. You know, I don't really care about a credit card on file because, like I say, I've had them tell me, oh God, if I got to put a credit card on file, I'll get another company. So, you know, I have a few credit cards on file, but everybody does not want a credit card on file. And I really don't even ask for that. You can write me a check or you can hand me green money. And I hear guys saying, oh, I don't want to get paid like this, I don't want to get paid like that. You can pay me any way you want it as long as you pay me. You can put it up on the doormat, you can leave it in the mailbox, you can put it up under a pit bull if you want. You leave my money, I guarantee you I'll get it. So yeah, when did it start mattering how somebody pays you? Look, I mean, if you want to do it on a credit card that's on file, fine. You want to write a check, fine. If you want to put it in the mail and we've discussed that, that's fine. Just make sure you get your money. You know, just make sure that service is paid for. Like I say, at one time then, if it's not being taken care of in the manner that you want to take care of, at what time do you pull the plug and call it a day with the client? When do you do that? That you know, tell me that. When do you pull the plug? I'm Scott Longhair, what we do. Enjoy the video. All right, guys, so we're at our major big property today. And this will be the first time we did this one this season. We didn't want to start until last week. We actually started on this property. And I'm just, you see, he's got bunches of edges I gotta get done. The trees over here start blooming. And he likes all the bushes trimmed, so he's busy trimming those bushes, yeah. He's actually made good time on it. It looks like he got the ones down there in front of the house. I've got to put out some herbicide today for some weed control. We got a lot we got to do. We got to do a bit of a cleanup on this one. But I'll bring you back a finish when I'm done with it. Now, one thing I will say about this property, I don't mind a property like this because see, there hasn't been the back yet. This is much back there as it is up here, but I don't know if I want another property like this. I would probably take it, but I'm not looking for a property of this size. This is big as I like. But then there's other work that comes with this property, so it's well worth it. He's got to trim these. He's got some bushes on the other side. He's got these over here. So it's a pretty big spread out problem. right here is this patch here. Got to right And there it is, it's done. Got all the edging done, all the string trimming. And this one is just, we do this one until November. And we don't do anything here during the winter. It's November. So again, I said it once before. All of these clients are not going to be 12 months. This one is not. And it took us, believe it or not, with everything that goes with this, it took us an hour and a half, a little over an hour and a half.